Hi, my name is I am a senior at Howard University studying public relations and business administration. This summer, I was lucky enough to intern with eNews and online in the reporting department.
Hello, my name is Maya Reese. I'm a senior broadcast journalism major, political science minor at Howard University. And this summer, I was a digital editorial intern at NBC Sports. I think the one thing that's interesting about the fellowship program is that it's considered an honors program, but it also has an initiative for diversity. So if you look at a lot of fellows, it's predominantly African Americans, there's people from Hispanic backgrounds, it's just mainly minorities.
Minorities.
Yeah.
We had executive speaker series, we had mentoring, we had counseling, different aspects that really elevated the summer for both of us. Just to give us, that opportunity that many of us may not have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on the East Coast, we had a speed mentoring event, which was pretty cool. We all went like our business casual, and we got to do, it was like speed dating, but it was with people who could possibly be our mentors.
Yeah.
So we got to go and like pitch ourselves, as they say, and introduce ourselves. So it was really cool to meet people who have been working at NBC for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and they were coming looking for younger people to work with.
And then another thing that I would say was really good about the fellowship program is our access to the entire company.
They pay for your housing, which is amazing, especially, I was living in New York City, she was in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. So they pay for your housing, which is amazing. And my roommate, she goes to Howard as well. Her housing was paid for, and so we got to live together and then commute to NBC Sports together. It was amazing.
Right. Something that, for me would have, I don't know if it would have been possible. It definitely would have been a struggle to try to live in, a top city like LA. So we, are really appreciative of that. So that's something definitely to look out for when you're applying to different fellowships and programs, because that'll really help you out.
And another thing, a lot of people say to focus on your network within the company, but I feel like if you're in the fellowship, you also need to focus on your network within the fellowship because they look out for one another. So for instance, after the first week, they had a fellowship alumni panel. So it was people who were fellows before, who interned with NBC. They came back and they were talking to us, and they all were either like, oh, I'm currently a page at NBC, or they have full-time jobs there. So it was really nice to talk to them and to see how they transition from a fellow to a full-time position with the company.
Yeah, and so my day-to-day, I would come in and just kind of check and see what's going on with different celebrities. So eNews is all about Hollywood celebrities. We check Ariana Grande, P. We check Justin Bieber, of course, Haley Baldwin, the Kardashians, or everything that he is about. So I just start my day by researching, where are they now? Did they go to dinner last night? Did they do a concert? Kanye came out with music this summer, Drake, Kid Cudi. So just kind of researching, what are they doing now? What did they do last night? How can we find them? How can we get pictures? And just kind of building sources and getting information. Because as a reporter, you get the information, you get the sources, and then we kind of gave it out to the shows. So to eNews, to Daily Pop, to our Snapchat show, The Rundown. So we did a lot of that, just getting the information. Even going out and doing bag reporting, which is like going to restaurants where they were at and talking to different customers that may have seen them, talking to servers. So it was a lot of like in-depth, almost stalking, almost researching, just getting the information any way you could so that we have something to go out on all of our outlets.
We are about to record and about to go live. I have my teleprompter all set up. Evan's here. Here we go.
I was a digital editorial intern, and for that, you're basically working the edit desk. It's a lot of different tasks. Every day is kind of different, but it's kind of the same at the same time, if that makes sense. So our main thing is publishing videos onto NBCSports.com, onto the NBC Sports app, the NBC Sports Gold app, and then sometimes the Olympic channel as well. So basically, we would come in every morning and log on, and the shows had already been recorded for that morning. We would go in and give it a title, like a display title as to what you'll see, the SEO title, which is search engine optimization. So we're trying to see how we can get as many people to click on it as possible and get it to pop up early on Google search. We would do the description and then tag it with whatever sport it's relevant to. So we would be publishing videos onto the website. And then I personally worked on live streaming, so I would have to go in and create the live streaming schedule, so that way when you go on to NBCSports.com, it'll say, you know, live stream England versus Iceland in the World Cup, you know, anything like that. I would have to put that onto the site. And then we also had to edit the NBCSports.com homepage. So when you log onto the page, the way it's set up is that there's different boxes per sport. So when you log on, it'll be NBA, NFL, NHL, soccer, just all the different sports. So we would come in every morning and say, okay, what's the latest in NBA? LeBron just went to the Lakers. So we would find an article about LeBron going to the Lakers that someone from NBC Sports published, and then put that onto the homepage to update the box and to highlight what we think was the most relevant articles for that day. We would have to do that for every sport, and then for the RSN, which is the regional sport network. So they have like Chicago, Philadelphia, the Bay Area, Boston, and Washington. So we have to go on each RSN site and choose one article that we think is the best for that day to update that. NBC Sports it's very fun. So like we had an intern ping pong bracket, which I got knocked out in the first round. I suck at ping pong. We had a ping pong bracket. We did like volunteer days at camps in the area. We went to the Boys and Girls Club. We went to an adventure park. There's a lot of stuff because everyone is so passionate and competitive in this like just huge sports center.
So if you're interested in going into kind of entertainment, if you're interested in going to film, anything like that, LA is the place for you, because the day didn't stop at 5. Like once you got off, then we would go to different networking events, different screenings. There was kind of always a continuation of the entertainment industry, and so that's what I love, like happy hours. And I'm sure different cities have it, but it was really entertainment based. Not to mention, like, we were 20 minutes away from the beach in LA, Rodeo Drive, like Santa Monica, like there was just so many like scenic places. And then E-News is located, the NBC building is located on the Universal lot, which I didn't know. So that's the Universal Studios, like the amusement park. We're right at the amusement park.
New York is very busy. It's very, very busy all the time. And I think the one thing that I appreciated about the fellowship is that even though I interned in Stamford, Connecticut, I was housed in New York. And the place where I was living, it was maybe like a 10-minute walk to 30 Rock, like Rockefeller Center, which is where everything NBC is, you know, like Saturday Night Live and Megyn Kelly Today Show and Late Night with Seth Meyers. It's all filmed there. So it was really cool that we got to go and visit the building a lot. And some days I would work from 30 Rock, which was amazing because then you can go in and like we would get tours and like you bump into a celebrity in like the elevator. It was amazing. But then besides that, interning in Stanford, there's not much to do in Stanford, but I actually like that because I feel as though I would have gotten distracted. When you go to Stanford, like you just take the NBC shuttle, and when you get there, you go straight to work. And when you're in the building, it's very like lighthearted. Like even in the building itself, we have ping pong tables. There's like a golf putting area. There's a game room with like arcade games and like table hockey and all that. It's the building itself is amazing. There's just not much in Stanford, but I was fine with it because I lived in New York City. So like anytime I wanted to go somewhere in New York, like it's New York City, everything's always open. All right, so now we're going to respond to a couple of questions that we received on Instagram. I'm not an expert at like graphic design, but I went on Canva, I made a flyer. We both put it on our Instagram stories telling people if they had any questions they could ask us, that we would answer in the video.
So I think one of the things that kind of made me stand out was just kind of my presentation pretty much. So coming to the interview prepared, like with your portfolio. Like if it doesn't ask for a portfolio, bring it. Bring all your work and just kind of, it's okay to be press petty. Like it's okay to want it and let them know this is what I want, this is the research that I'm doing. You know, like, and a tip that I got was to already kind of, if you're at the interview, show that you can you already are kind of doing the job. So like, if I wanted to be in like reporting or editorial at E, show that you already have a couple pitches. Like, come to the interview with like a couple ideas you could present. Like, this is something that I want to see on the website. This is something that E is lacking that I know that I can help and make better. Like, that really makes you stand out when it's like.
I think another way to stand out from everyone else applying is within your resume. You have to have a very strong resume, because the first impression they're going to get of you is your resume. Because then they'll decide, do I want to interview this person? So your resume has to be outstanding. Your cover letter has to be very well written. And I think another thing specifically for your resume is that you should have positions. I feel like for both of us, we've been at big companies before, but I think another thing that matters is to see that you've worked, I guess, bigger positions at a smaller company, if that makes sense. So for you to say, like, I'm a reporter at the Howard University student-run TV station, they're going to see that and say, oh, you're involved in campus. Yeah, you know, through that I go out, I write my own scripts, I edit them, I film, I know how to set up a camera, a tripod, like, all of that really does matter. On-campus experience really weighs a lot. I like to see you're involved, or like, I'm the vice president of this organization, or I do this in my spare time. I have a YouTube channel. Anything like that, just to show like you're fully well-rounded.
Exactly. Just some key points when applying to different jobs. You have to stand out. You want to stand out. So some things. Just make sure you double check your resume. Make sure there are no spelling errors. Make sure it stands out. So if you want to be in LA, if you want to be in entertainment, have a cool resume. Like, my resume is my favorite color. It's blue. It has a little bit of orange. Like, it's really fun and like colorful. So make sure you tailor it to what you want to do. And then after your resume, if you get picked out of that.
Well, another thing really on the resume, I feel like when you're applying to something, you should apply to multiple positions, first off. So if you're applying to E, you should apply to E reporting, E social media, E production, all of that. And then tailor your resume to each one. So if I'm applying for a production position, I'm going to put in on my production assistant position. Or if it's a social media marketing, I'm going to put, I'm on the social media team for Howard's radio station or whatever. So try to shape your resume to that specific job, because different recruiters are going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, she already does blah, blah, blah. She has experience. Or she or he has experience.
Once you get that interview, make sure you follow up. Like, I think that's where a lot of people miss. Like,
don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Be press petty. Like, email once, then wait maybe 2 weeks, email again. Like, and then make sure you're doing those handwritten thank you cards. Just kind of like, thank you for the opportunity. I'm so excited for the possibility of this internship. And that's it. Just send it all. Thanks for watching. This fall I will be at Fox News, so follow me on that. Follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is Miana, MIANA _Manae, MINAE. And yes.
This fall I'm with NBC Sports Washington, so kind of continuing from the summer. I guess closing remarks, I just want to say that if you all are even slightly possibly interested in sports, whether it be basketball or soccer or football or hockey or rugby or golf or tennis, like, we cover all sports. I would definitely encourage you to apply. You all can reach out to me if you have any questions or just want me to like look over something. My Twitter and Instagram are both at Maya McCole with an M, McCole, not Nicole. So at MAYAMICOLE. And thank you for watching.
So reach out to both of us, like we said. We are graduating this spring, so like, we're in the same boat as y'all. We want to help you out, help secure the bag. So yeah, we in this together.
I think we should film a part 2 once we apply to jobs.
Okay.
So like, once we get our jobs, we could do one about like how we transformed from interns to whatever we get.
Yeah, definitely. So
stay tuned.
bye.
Bye.